Hey you guys, welcome to Blending with Henry, the #1 channel on YouTube for blender reviews and delicious blender recipes. Vitamix sent me this beautiful new scale. It works with your smartphone and your tablet, and it will definitely help you get the perfect blend. It all starts with the perfect app, so you want to go to your smartphone's online app store and get the free download. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to go to the search window and you want to type in Perfect Blend. And there it is, the first one on the list. Just go ahead and click that. And then on the left, you're going to see the Perfect Blend and the Vitamix container. Click on that. And here you can scroll through all the sample windows. And you guys, the last one over here is called My Plan. This is my personal favorite. This is great if you want to make a daily meal plan, especially if you're on a strict fitness diet as I am. After you've downloaded, click the Open button to start the Perfect Blend. Upon launching the Perfect app, you'll see the latest newsfeed on the right. I like this because it shows you the latest software updates, especially towards the bottom where it mentions Vitamix added even more great recipes. On the left is the library full of delicious recipes. Okay, well, they look delicious. I certainly haven't tried them all, okay? But you get the point, you guys, right? Now, clicking on the All Recipes link will provide you a list of recipe categories broken down into several different types. Now, if you want to search for a specific recipe, you can simply type a main ingredient in the recipe using the search window up top. I'm looking for something apple cinnamon-ish. I found an apple cinnamon oatmeal smoothie. That sounds delicious. Near the top right, you're going to see a small amount of nutritional information. And if you scroll down, at the bottom, you're going to see the ingredients for the recipe. If you need to visit the grocery store to pick up these ingredients, click the Add to Shopping List button at the top. This screen will show you all the ingredients that are required to make the apple cinnamon oatmeal smoothie. Now, you may already have some of these ingredients in your pantry, you guys. You simply can uncheck the things you don't need as well. Now, from there, click the Add button at the bottom. And click the Shopping button on the toolbar. Now, this screen will help you greatly at the grocery store, you guys. Each time you put an ingredient in your basket, you check that ingredient off on the list. Now, this screen shows you the proper measurements so you don't overbuy ingredients. Now, if you like this recipe, you guys, and you quickly want to come back to it, just press the star button at the top and it becomes a favorite. It's very easy to find your favorites. Just click the All Recipes link above and choose Favorites on the list. We're ready to begin. Press the blend button. This recipe is for a 16-ounce smoothie serving for one. If you want to make enough for 2 people, then click the serving button and then switch it to 2. Once you put the blending container on the scale, it's going to take you to the first step. Now the app is going to take you step by step through all the ingredients, leading you to the blend button at the top. The app already knows I'm using the Vitamix 780 as it shows a simulated screen of the control panel showing the Programs button selected. After your blend is complete, you guys, you'll end up at the serving screen requesting that you place your smoothie cup on the scale to measure your proper serving. Now your perfect blended smoothie is complete, you guys. You can click on the thumbnail picture on the right for a larger view of the finished product. You can scroll towards the bottom for the complete nutrition facts based on the ingredients put in the smoothie. So what if you didn't want a specific ingredient in the recipe? Click the pencil up top and select Edit. Now click on the blender jar to reveal the ingredients. Now say I didn't want the ground cinnamon. I will just click on the ground cinnamon and drag it out. Now press the Save button, press the OK button, and we're ready to go. Now you can check the updated nutritional information after the removal of the cinnamon, and you're all set. Now after all this greatness, and you're still confused, you can simply click the Help button on the toolbar. On the top right, you'll see the link for the Perfect Blend app support. On this screen, click the Request Support link. You'll be scrolled to the bottom. Now fill your name, email, mobile device you're using, and the type of issue that you have. I assure you guys, the Perfect Company is fast on replies, as early as 5 minutes or as long as 24 hours, and they are very, very helpful. The Perfect Blend works with your tablet, whether it's iOS or Android. It also works with your Apple or Samsung smartphone. Now personally, you guys, I prefer Apple, as I don't want any explosions in the kitchen while blending. Okay? Let's make a blueberry apple vanilla smoothie. I'm using the beautiful Vitamix 780 touchscreen. This smoothie cup comes with the Perfect Blend. It makes the 780 look like an oversized personal blender though. I'm using the 32-ounce wet blade container for a single serving. Notice the software immediately recognized it. Now it automatically advances to the orange juice, asking us to put in 1.9 fluid ounces. And you guys, I did not pre-measure the orange juice in the cup. And now I'm going to take some lime juice and just squeeze it right from the bottle. The Perfect Blend will tell me when I've reached my limit. Next is pure maple syrup. You guys know I love maple syrup because it's low on the glycemic index and it doesn't change much of the taste of the drink. Pouring it right from the bottle, no pre-measuring. Next is fresh vanilla bean, and I'm going to scrape the vanilla paste out of the shell. Here I'm going to drop in the vanilla bean paste, and it doesn't have a lot of volume. I'm making up the difference using vanilla extract because vanilla bean paste can be a little bit overpowering even in small amounts. Next is 2.19 ounces of banana. Now who knows what 2.19 is? Well, it's not much. Next is 2.4 ounces of chopped apple. Now you can use any type of apple that you like. Now I personally like green apples, so I choose Granny Smith. Next is 3.53 ounces of frozen blueberries, no pre-measuring. Now the recipe calls for 4.4 ounces of crushed ice. I'm using store-bought ice cubes. Now I'm on the blending screen and it's telling me to use the smoothie preset in the program section. And now I'm going to switch places with the smoothie cup and I'm going to put my blending container onto the Vitamix. I'm going to snap my lid firmly in place. I'm going to use the tamper to help process the ingredients. And because I'm using larger ice cubes rather than crushed ice along with the frozen blueberries and a small amount of liquid, it might cause some freezing. Okay, I'm pressing the smoothie button in the program section. That looks amazing, you guys. It smells amazing. I wish you guys were here. And now the Perfect Blend software is going to track the serving size as well as the amount of calories in that serving. This tastes so good, you guys. I've already had 2 of them. This is my 3rd. Now, the lime juice, that fresh vanilla, the apple, and the blueberry go so well together. Adding this super cool looking twist on lid that comes with the smoothie cup. And there you go. The Perfect Blend Blueberry Apple Vanilla Smoothie. You've got to try it. Let's make Beet Apple Ginger Soup. Now you guys, the Vitamix Perfect Blend also works with different bowl sizes to assist with food prep. Just place the bowl onto the scale and add your ingredients. Notice how it instantly recognized the bowl and took us to the first ingredient. I'm adding 2.3 cups of red beets. Now the recipe originally called for cooked beets, but I prefer raw so I can grab all the nutrients. And once again, you guys, I did not pre-measure any of the ingredients. Next is 0.3 ounces of sesame seed. Okay, 0.3 ounces. Let the Perfect Blend scale figure it out. Now we're done with this bowl. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove this bowl so I can replace it with another bowl, of course, for the next set of food prep. So we're going to start with 3.5 ounces of apples. I'm using Granny Smith. Just a little more. Next is 4.5 ounces of onion. Now, of course, since I'm adding onion with the apple, that should prove that this is not a smoothie. Okay? Next is 0.56 ounces of fresh ginger root. I love ginger root, you guys. Love it, love it. Now I'm adding 0.3 ounces of fresh garlic. Now just a little more. There we go. Food prep is done. Now let's saute this stuff up on the stove. Okay, I'm going to start with 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. And I'm on medium heat. Next, I'm going to be adding the contents of the medium bowl, the apples and the onion. Then a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. And a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. And a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Yeah, it's going to be some heat. Now you're going to saute until the onions are translucent and the apples are tender. About 10 minutes. Now we're ready to assemble our soup. Now I'm using the Vitamix 64-ounce low-profile container. Now I'm adding the contents of the large bowl, which are the raw beets and the sesame seeds. Now you guys notice that there's no change in the recipe list as I add the beets. It's intuitive enough to know that I already measured the ingredients in the bowl earlier. Next, I'm adding the sauteed apples and onions from the stove. Now you guys, I've made lots of soups in my videos, but the Perfect Blend definitely makes it easier and takes all the guesswork out of it, because I don't like to work too hard. The first batch of ingredients are added. Now I'm going to press the Advance button on the Perfect Blend scale to take me to the next set of instructions. My viewers ask me often, how do I make my veggie broth? This is how. I use the blended up vegetarian bouillon. Now this is vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, no MSG. Now, a little bit goes a long way, you guys. Now you guys can pick it up over at the blendedup.com website. Now if you use the promo code Blending with Henry at checkout, you'll get a special deal. So I'm adding 2 cups of the vegetable broth. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm spilling stuff, okay? Blending with Henry uses a real-world kitchen, okay? Next is 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. Now this is another one of my modifications to the recipe. Next is 1/2 teaspoon of garlic oil. Now this is another one of my own additions to the recipe. Next, I thought it would be a great idea to add pure maple syrup. Now, I love maple syrup, you guys. It adds that extra amount of sweetness without changing the flavor of the soup. Now I'm going to sit my blending container onto the Vitamix. And before we get started, I'm going to show you guys something. The Perfect Blend app requires a 2-minute blend. Now, no presets will be used. It offers a simulation of the blending time countdown. Just press the start key, and it even gives you an idea when to ramp up the speed. Okay, I'm going to snap my container lid in place here. Now I'm going to press the start key on the Vitamix and I'm going to ramp it up to the highest speed. And as you notice, when the blending was done, the timer actually beeped. That's a really great feature. Give me a few seconds, you guys. I'm going to set up the counter to pour up our Beet Apple Ginger Soup. I'll be right back. Now we're going to track the soup serving using the Perfect Blend app. Now, you guys have to see this soup. Look how beautiful it is, that rich, red, burgundy, whatever you want to call it. It's just beautiful to look at. But if you notice on the Perfect Blend app, you'll start to see that the serving starts to rise. And this is a 12.35 ounce serving. This is a beautiful soup. It's so fresh. And that's why I wanted raw beets, because the Vitamix can really blend it smoothly. Now we're going to garnish the soup. Now the recipe calls for a lime wedge, coconut milk, and cilantro. Now I'm going to go ahead and use coconut cream instead of the milk because it's thicker and it's better for presentation. Now look how beautiful this is, you guys. And trust me, I have no artistic talent. Okay? Now I'm going to drop some cilantro leaves right on the top. Alright, you guys, and there you go. The Beet Apple Ginger Soup, the perfect blend. It's way too easy to make and your guests will think you spent all day on it. But the joke's on them. You have truly got to try this. So what's perfect about the perfect blend? I like the fact that it's very precise on the measurements. Integrates easily with Apple Health and Google Fit. I also like that you can use this as a regular kitchen scale without using the Perfect Blend app. I was very impressed that you could add your own recipes, modify existing recipes, and share your own recipes through social media. I like that Perfect Blend gives you consistent updates about the app in the news section on the right. And on the left, I like that the All Recipes library uses beautiful color photos with easy to use step-by-step instructions. I was also excited to discover that the other Perfect apps such as the Perfect Bake and the Perfect Drink are compatible with the Vitamix branded scale. So what's not perfect about the Perfect Blend? I wasn't too crazy about the backlight only staying on for 10 seconds. I contacted the Perfect company and they said there was no way of adjusting it. While the Perfect Blend app allows the option to choose blender sizes, such as the full-size Vitamix or the personal blender, I do wish it had options for container sizes. Since I'm using the Vitamix 780, by default it shows only the 64-ounce wide container, which you see glowing at the bottom, which is not always ideal for single servings. Here I'm using the 32-ounce wet blade container, which is the most appropriate for single servings. The Vitamix Perfect Blend does not include the legendary 5 or 7 year warranty that is included with most Vitamix products. Now it's only for 1 year, you guys. However, I'm quite confident with this because of Vitamix's excellent customer service and the Perfect company's excellent online support. And there you go, you guys, the Vitamix Perfect Blend. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope you enjoyed the product review of the Vitamix Perfect Blend. Now, if you like this video, please press the like button, and please subscribe for future video updates. Now, you can purchase the Vitamix Perfect Blend or any other Vitamix product through me, save money, and get some special perks. Contact me for more details. Supporting me means more future video content for you guys, so I need your support. Please visit me at blendingwithhenry.com. Now, Blending with Henry is also on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and I will see you all next time.